Straight Up made this one.
Yeah.
Miami just got blacklisted from the industry after one of Diddy's male victims exposed her for being a part of Diddy's activities. He went into details about how Miami was involved and how her cousin forced herself on him while he was barely conscious. Now, we all suspected that Miami was part of Diddy's very sinister activities because he was paying her over $500K every month for no reason. That alone was already enough to make people suspect that she was probably doing some things that she wasn't supposed to be doing, but nobody expected it to be SA. People are officially canceling her, and word on the street is she's already lost a lot of brand deals after these allegations came out. She's getting blacklisted right along with Diddy, and there's nothing she can do to save herself. A whole lot of people have been speculating for a while now that it won't be long before his male victims come out too, and it looks like that's already happening. A producer named Rodney Jones just filed a $30 million lawsuit against Diddy. Rodney name-dropped several other people that we would have never suspected, including Young Miami. Yeah, that's right. Apparently, Young Miami has been a part of this whole thing, and she's now losing everything after it just got exposed. But what's even messier is that Miami was already struggling financially for a little minute now, so this was the last thing she needed. If y'all remember, one of her friends recently spilled the tea about how Diddy cut her off because he needed to cut some of his expenses. According to Miami's friend, Diddy had been paying for private flights, shopping sprees, and rent for a luxury Miami penthouse. She said Diddy is no longer paying Young Miami's bills. Diddy still bought Young Miami a Christmas gift, but he's not as generous as he once was. He's not paying her rent or giving her money anymore. He told her not to expect anything from him in the future. To add to all this, her talk show Carisha Please has been shelved by Revolt TV ever since the allegations against Diddy came out. Diddy used to be one of the chairmen at Revolt, and he was the one that pushed for her to get a spot on the network. But after he was kicked out, her show got canceled too. And baby, don't even get me started on that music career, because that is also in the gutter. JT is releasing solo music now, and even getting invited to big fashion shows in Europe, while Miami is still spiraling and selling overpriced varsity jackets to her fans to make some money. She recently even tried to start her own solo career by posting several videos promoting her new Yams era, and even releasing a song that made no noise. The song was a huge flop and didn't perform as well as she was thinking. But none of that compares to the level of blacklisting that she's receiving right now after this recent lawsuit that was filed against Diddy by Rodney Jones. According to the producer Rodney, Diddy invited him to come over and live at his place so they could work on some songs together. However, during his time with Diddy, things quickly spiraled from them simply making music to Diddy making advances toward him that he was extremely uncomfortable with. He accused Diddy of repeatedly SAing him, grabbing him, and touching him, and at one point, even parading him around with no clothes on, in an attempt to seduce him into getting intimate. Later in the lawsuit, Rodney claimed that he was forced to drink tequila shots that were laced with substances while at a party at Diddy's California house in July of 2023. After drinking said mixture, he blacked out and woke up at 4 a.m. naked with an S-worker sleeping next to him. Rodney also revealed that at one point, Young Miami came along to the freak-off session with her female cousin, who forced herself on Rodney in front of Diddy and the other staff members. Not only did Rodney expose Miami, but he also added a bunch of photos from that day, and you can see Miami in the room with her cousin. I mean, we all knew Miami was down to do anything for money, but her endorsing all this and literally partaking in it was definitely not what any of us were expecting from her. A lot of people immediately got on her neck and called for her to be canceled from the whole industry. They slammed her for selling her soul to make money. One person said, "Young Miami is just an ugly reminder of how far bees will go these days to keep appearances. their addiction to the lifestyle, the money. Another person said, Young Miami sold her soul for a bisexual sugar daddy, the worst acting scene in a talk show. But see, it isn't just her fans who are disgusted by her and demanding for her to be canceled, because word on the street is she's lost a lot of jobs since the allegations came out, and she's literally being blackballed from Hollywood. Her strong affiliations with Diddy was the reason why she was thriving in the first place, but since he's blackballed, so is she, right along with him, and there's really no redemption. This honestly also explains why JT has been keeping her distance from Miami and focusing on her solo career. She don't want to also be blackballed because of Miami's BS. Now, as usual, people had their own thoughts about this, like this person who said, just thinking about how everybody wanted a Diddy when Kreations started messing with him, seeing the gifts and the lavish style living, not knowing what people really go through / do behind closed doors. You girls are willing to lay down with the devil himself for an easier life. Another person said, I kind of feel bad for young Miami. She was just looking for a sugar daddy, now she's caught up in this career-ending mess. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Miami getting blacklisted from the industry and becoming jobless? And do you think it's just a matter of time before she also gets slapped with her own lawsuit for her involvement with Diddy?